Hi guys, hope you're all okay. Today I'm going to be doing a frequently asked questions video. I have a Darwin George here and a Katy Beach over there. Slightly different angle just because the lighting in my house is crazy at the moment. I'm very aware if you look way back in the background, you can see I've not put my dishes away, but don't judge, don't judge. This is real life and it's my weekend off. Yes. So yeah, I mentioned this in a haul video not that long ago that I was going to do a frequently asked questions video. I've gone old school, it's written in a book. True that. Yes, right, let's jump right in. Obviously, if I tell you something and you get to the end of this video and you think, actually, I have another question, feel free to put said question, comments below, and maybe I will do another video. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, how tall am I? Depending on who measures me, 5'7", 5'8". I once went to the hospital and they do the whole height weight thing, and that nurse, who was very petite, did my height and told me I was 5'9". I'm gonna say I'm 5'7 3/4, but you know, 5'8" on a good day, which is tall for a girl. I'm like taller than all but one of my female friends. Is Beach your real name? Yes, it wasn't the name I was born with, but I got married in 2010, and yeah, Beach was my husband's name, and as tradition is, I took my husband's surname, so Katy Beach is my real name, it's not a YouTube name. What breed are Darwin and Gilly? Darwin's gone over there now, but they are my dogs, and they are technically lurchers, is the name given to a mixed hound breed. Gilly is the youngest. He has got a mix of Whippet and Lurcher, but his Lurcher is from working stock, and apparently his grandfather won awards. He has an unusual coat. He is a lot fluffier. We met Gilly's mum and she was a long-haired Lurcher, and we thought Gilly would be as well, but when you get that kind of puppy, they're just this ball of fluff, and Gilly never really... Ooh, you grumpy today, bear? Gilly never really lost his puppy fluff. He's still quite fluffy, and is, if by magic, but Darwin is very short-haired, aren't you? You're traditionally short-haired. Yes. We don't know quite as much about Darwin because he was a rescue dog, apart from some people were very mean to you when you were very little, weren't they? Yeah, they weren't nice to you. But the rescue centre that we got him from said that he has Whippet and Greyhound in him. Whippet and Greyhound in him. He is taller than Gilly, but he has the traditional short hair. He's a good boy, and now he's sat next to me out of shot being stroked. So yeah, it's Darwin and Gilly. How old am I? When's my birthday? My birthday is the 5th of April and I am 35. I know, I look far younger, don't I? Oh, I don't feel it. Oh, should we do the big one now? Yeah, let's do this one now. Kids. I get a variation of this question on pretty much every video. I went through a stage, well no, sometimes I just delete it because I can't be bothered. I've addressed this in previous Q&A videos, but you know, new people join all the time, so you can be excused for not seeing that. It's the kids question. Do you want children? Have you got children? Why don't you have children? Can you not have children? Did you ever want kids? Blah, 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 blah. I addressed it in previous videos, so if you've been with us a while, I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself. Yes, John and I would very much like to have children one day. We have been together for a very long time, and we've been married for a very long time now. We have experienced loss and that is something that's really emotionally hard. I think it's hard for both men and women, but yeah, that is kind of the answer to that question. We will one day have children. It's not a maybe, it's a one day it will happen, but not right now. Where do you live? We live in the UK, we live in Cornwall in the UK, we live down west. You know, pasties, Eden Project, surfing, Cornwall. What is your favourite food? I have a relatively new obsession with dill. I've been putting that on a lot of food. I really like jelly beans, crunchy peanut butter, Reese's Pieces, Twinkies. Oh my god, Twinkies are life. Macaroons. Darwin has just found a squeaky penguin toy. Darwin, can I have that? You gonna bring that to me? I'm almost already regretting buying these. You can have that after the video. You can have it back after the video. Pierogi is my favourite Polish food. Oh, pigs in blankets. Christmas is long gone, but pigs in blankets. We should have those in every Sunday dinner ever. Basically, I like all the food. I like all the food. Will I ever do a house tour? No. Not because I'm a particularly private person, but I have a spare room that you guys have never been in because our house is very small. We're very fortunate to be the age we are and have a house we own. Obviously we have a mortgage, but it's a very small mortgage, and we're very lucky to have that. We have a very small home though. We have the kind of open plan space that you see and you see in the vlogs, and obviously we have a bedroom and a bathroom, but we actually have a second bedroom. And yeah, one day it will be a beautiful room with use, but currently it's bad in there. It's bad. There's no storage with this house, so our second bedroom is basically storage. We don't have any loft space. We do have a garage, but yeah, so like Christmas decorations, which we have a lot of, are in nice plastic boxes, containers in that room. The big Mac is in there, like all the rugby memorabilia in the world, because John owns all of it, is in there. The world's biggest wardrobe. It literally runs from one side of the room to the other. Me and John have a lot of clothes for two people. Yeah, so there will never be a complete house tour unless we move, which, you know, never say never. But yeah, not in this house because we have too much stuff for this house. It's too small. Best or worst thing about weight loss. If you're new to this channel, I've lost a little bit of weight. Go and look at some old videos. You can see the difference. The worst, or no, the best thing about weight loss is less public judgment, more socially accepted. Sorry, I'm smiling at Gilly. He's stretching. He does these weird yoga moves. And now you're knocking the tripod. Yeah, so less public judgment, because when you're a big girl, you get judged. Being able to go in pretty much any shop and buy clothing is pretty cool. And clothes are so much cheaper when you are a standard size. So they're probably the best things. I am still yet to go and see a medical professional. a medical professional and have the dream comment. I said this in a video a few years ago that I would really love to go to see a doctor and the first thing out their mouth would be not be about my weight. Like, you go and see a doctor and you've got a cold and it's like, well, if you had a healthy BMI, rah, rah, rah. So I'm looking forward to that happening one day. This is Gilly's favourite teddy bear. So yeah, but worst thing about weight loss, you're cold all the time. Like, I went to Morocco in 2016 and I was cold. You know, people were wandering around in just shorts and I was cold. In the evenings, not the day. But yeah, you lose that layer of insulation and all of a sudden you're cold pretty much all of the time. Not having your favourite clothes. I had to give up a lot of beautiful clothes by brands that don't make for standard sizes. So I had a very respectable wardrobe as a plus size girly, and they, you know, to be fair to all you big girls out there who think you might want to lose weight one day, they all keep their value. When I sold my big girl clothes on eBay, made quite a lot back, and in some cases I actually made more money on eBay than what I paid for them, because when you've got a good selection of plus size clothing, ladies will pay money for it. The other bad thing about weight loss, loose skin. Ugh, loose skin, you know, I kind of look alright with a bra on and clothes on, but it can be bad. Not like bad enough to have surgery, it doesn't bother me like that. And obviously my husband John was with me when I was big, and now he's with me now. I imagine if I had a partner that wasn't with me when I was bigger and just saw me with this, like the slightly loose skin, that might be worse. But obviously John has been with me throughout, so there's no concerns that side, if that makes sense. Oh, this video is long. How long have you been with / married with John? If you don't know, John is my husband. I did very well for myself. He's a good looking boy. We have been married, it will be 7 years. Yeah, 7 years in October. And in February we have officially been together for 15. So a very long time. We were very young when we got together. We were both 20 and now we're not. What's with all the Polish stuff, or different variations of that question? So yeah, we go to Poland. I went to Poland once last year and once the year before. John went to Poland like 6 times last year. As I record this, he's currently in Poland. Yeah, there is, and obviously we go to Polish restaurants, we have Polish food, we serve Polish food in the Recent Eat stuff. We go to the Polish shop. John has Polish heritage. He can understand conversational Polish. He used to be able to speak it very well in his younger days. He doesn't quite have the confidence to speak it as much now, but when we're in Poland he will speak in Polish. His mum and his uncle are fluent. It's kind of Darwin's trying to squeeze between the tripod and the cabinet. There's no space for you. So yes, so it's part of John's heritage, and I have embraced it, I suppose. I really enjoy the culture. I really enjoy the food, apart from bigos. I don't like bigos, much to John's disappointment. Bigos is a cabbage dish. John freaking loves it. I freaking hate it. The smell makes me gag. But yeah, apart from bigos, I love everything else Polish. So yeah, it's a very easy place to visit. You know, it's a very quick flight. It's very reasonable to stay there. We've been, I've been to Gdansk and I've been to Krakow. John has also been to a place called, I want to say Łódź. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the reason why John's there and I'm not, he's got a bit of business going on. He's also, if you follow John on Twitter, you will see that he also does some work with the Polish Rugby League. He does work over here with Rugby League, but he's also doing stuff over there. You know, bit of business. End game, and one day we'll live in Poland and be able to eat all the pierogi that I wish. This is one. Why do you spend so much on food? Do you think it's wasteful to spend that much money on food? How do you afford to spend so much money on food? Is a common theme. So you may be aware, you may not. I do grocery hauls and I do recent eats videos, and it's a rather regular question about the amount of money that we spend. And we do spend a healthy, I don't know. Sometimes I feel embarrassed by this question and sometimes it angers me. So today is a Saturday and I spent £80 on groceries for 2 adults for a week, and I'm okay with that. We both work full time. We have the ability to afford that kind of money. We're not going into debt for our groceries. We're not going into debt for anything really. And then there's, you know, it's not like we go out a lot and we like food and we like to eat well, but really it isn't something that I don't have to defend. You know, nobody writes on somebody's Topshop haul, why do you spend 20 quid on a top? But it's okay to question why I spend £80 on groceries when you could go to Lidl's and buy it all for 30p. I find it very weird that you wouldn't write on someone's Topshop haul, you could get a top like that for a £5 from everything5pounds.com, or you could get a top like that for £3.99 from Primark. But people feel that I'm wasteful because I choose to spend what I spend on my groceries. It's odd. We do sometimes shop in Aldi, we shop in Lidl, we shop in ASDA. Sainsbury's is my go-to supermarket purely because the quality of the meat is always great, and getting a good source of protein is probably the most important aspect of a meal for me, you know, nutritionally. And yeah, so we spend that much money because that's the amount of money I want to spend. You know, if I could get venison and steak and everything, no, I like shopping at Sainsbury's, and I think the quality of the food I get is worth the amount of money I spend. We don't get in debt for our groceries or anything else that we do on a monthly spend. So yeah, that's why I spend so much money on food. How are you so confident? It was how I was raised. Again, I've addressed this in previous videos. Basically, I am the youngest of 4. I would say I'm most definitely the most outspoken and confident out of the 4 of us. I think that's a mixture of my dad being more involved with the raising of me. Me and my siblings all have the same parents. I'm a lot younger than my siblings. My dad was in the army. Both my parents were in the army, and then they got married, and then obviously my mum had to come out of the army because back then married couples weren't allowed to stay in service together. And my dad continued to serve Queen and country, and as such missed aspects of my siblings' childhood. So he had a bigger part because he'd come out of the army by the time they had me. So I think I had a lot more of my dad's input, and my dad was like an amazing, confident, big character. I'm not saying my mum's not a big character. My mum is hilarious, but she's much more quiet and private and behind, you know, within her home unit. Behind closed doors, she's a hilarious woman, but in public, she's much more, I don't want to say shy, but probably reserved. And then my dad wasn't, and I kind of, so there was that. And also my eldest sister pretty much from the day I was born to the day she moved out of home, told me that I was beautiful and amazing and clever, and it kind of sunk in. So yeah, I like me. I liked me when I was a size 30. I like me at my current size. I liked me when I was a spotty teenager with greasy hair. I like myself now with the wrinkles and the roots and a messy kitchen. I've accepted who I am. I always have done, and I think that's the kind of confidence thing. Also, I'm fabulous. And when I get more on Twitter than actual YouTube, what is my view on Brexit now? While we were going through Leave, Remain, hoo-ha here in the UK, I was very vocal, mostly on Twitter, a little bit on Instagram. Lost multiple subscribers on both platforms through that. I still think Brexit is a bad idea. I voted Remain. I've always been very open with that. But it's happened, the people spoke, and we now need to pray that the Tory government get us the best deal that is possible, or the best deal for everybody, not just the people at the top. Do I have faith in that? I have hope that a government that I didn't vote for will make the right decisions to remove our country from the EU, which I also didn't vote for. You've got to have faith in people that you didn't vote for, really. It's kind of where I'm at. John and I have an exit plan. Building the bank account, making sure that we will be able to afford to retire, because can't quite rely on the state to look after you, can you? But that's a combination of things. I think in a way, you know, we're luckier than the state of the politics of other parts of the world. You know, it's a scary world if you watch too much news. But yeah, I'm still think we should have remained, but just hopeful that the best deal is made possible. And this is now like a 25-minute long video, but that was my frequently asked questions. If you made it all the way to the end, well done. Let's write bronze bunny in the comments so I know the people that made it to the end of a 25-minute ramble. Yes, as I said, if you think of any questions that I haven't mentioned, please put them below. And yeah, I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.